Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd on the third day of August 2015. Okay, this is American basket flower, and we've just been seeing these for, well, this is a third week maybe that we've seen them. Some popped up in new places, and that one's probably as pretty as they get, but they're awfully beautiful. This is button bush. And buttonbush at World Peace Wetland Prairie, and and this is okay. We skipped over the short grain milkweed. Now we're looking at snout beans. Snout beans. See the foliage. See the colorful yellow flower. And now you see ironweed. Ironweed. No, I'm sorry, that's liatris. We'll get to some ironweed. Here's a liatris plant in the middle and a couple of cone flowers on either side. Here's the Asclepias viridiflora, I'm sorry, Asclepias. Well, anyway, this is the tiniest Asclepias, and it's verticillata. Asclepias verticillata. This is a mallow, a poppy mallow. And this, of course, this is on Pinnacle Foods Incorporated Wet Prairie in South Belleville, Arkansas. And here's passion flower, and you get a good shot of the foliage there. Remember what that foliage looks like. And if you find it, go back later in the day and you may find the flower in bloom. Here's a yellow flower that I could not identify, and I went through the book fast to see what wildflower it was. Couldn't spot it, or maybe I just wasn't seeing the color the same or shape the same. Anyway, this is Asclepias tuberosa, also a milkweed, or also known as a butterfly weed. Here is liatris in the middle of this, shot with goldenrod wrapped around it almost, just immediately behind it. I like these combinations. That's why you see a lot of them if you watch these shows. Here's the a native wild sunflower, I believe, out there on Pinnacle Wet Prairie. Although this shot of the center of it's so good, I can't believe I've ever seen one quite like that before. So somebody tell me if it's something other than the sunflower we're used to seeing out there. This is tall green milkweed, prairie milkweed, Asclepias hirtella, Hirti. Whatever, hirtella, you can spell it. Various angles, light angles, and it's getting late in the day when I was making these pictures. So here's some of the same flowers I've shown you recently. Here's ironweed, I promised a few minutes ago, and we'll see some better shots of some that's open in a minute. Here's big blue stem, and here's little blue stem grass. The colors are very similar. You don't see anything blue about them, do you? You see red on the stem. And again, that's big blue stem. You see how much fatter it is. It's taller. The ones out there are on Pinnacle Prairie are 6, 7 feet tall. The big blue stem, the little blue stem's up 3, 4. Probably some of it will reach 5 feet sometimes. Okay, this is Virginia Meadow Beauty. Virginia, it could be Maryland Meadow Beauty. Those two species are very similar, but I'm betting it's Virginia. Anyway, this is the ironweed. in bloom. Okay, until next time, this is Aubrey Shepherd asking you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, and the woods green, and recycle something. See ya. Hello, I'm Aubrey Shepherd on the 3rd of August 2015. Photos from South Belleville, Arkansas. And here they come, more basket flower, American basket flower with bumblebees. Bumblebees love many, many different flowers, and they look at this flying away. He's flying away because I got so close trying to get the camera right down on there and get a close-up of him. Now you see he's flying from the left. He's circling around. Caused me to center on him and blur the photo a little bit on the flower part. But anyway, he tried to get back on there, and then he left again. And you know what? That's just kind of fun to watch because they don't want to leave. But if you get so close, it finally will make them nervous. But bumblebees so often have their noses down in the midst of the flower that they don't even pay any attention to you. So that's why it's easy to get good photos of them if you dare, if you're not afraid of a bumblebee, which there's no reason for. Anyway, here's basket flower, some buds. These buds are growing down on the stem. I'm wondering if they're actually going to survive this dry weather and long enough to all bloom because, but see there how it's coming out way down the stem? This would make like 8 or 9, 10 flowers on one stem if that happens. I'll go back and check that out in a few days and see what it's like. Okay, this is fennel, and this is a caterpillar of a black swallowtail butterfly. And you can see that one's doing tricks for me while he's eating the flowers of the fennel. And of course they eat all the foliage and all the flowers before they get fat enough to go hide and become a chrysalis. That one, probably there were 8 on that plant a few days before I made these pictures, and there were only 2, and they're big enough that probably by now they're in they've become a chrysalis, whatever the technical way to describe that process is. And if you get lucky, maybe you'll see some of these black swallowtails flying away before long. I hope to get there often enough to be around on the day that they come out and start nectaring on the wildflowers. Here's big blue stem grass. We were showing the stem of that in another segment, and this is the flowering parts of it. These are actually on World Peace Wetland Prairie, and that's how I can get good shots at different times of the day. This is also on World Peace Wetland Prairie, and it's swamp milkweed. And that's some kind of beetle on it. Don't know what kind. It was a friendly little rascal. I got it to get up on my finger. I believe I have a picture of it on my finger. Yeah, there you can see how big he is. And he went right back to that swamp milkweed when I left. He liked it and didn't stay back there in the thicket long enough to see what else visited that swamp milkweed. But you can find these along streams, along the edge of lakes and ponds right now. Just wonderful things, and they're very important because they're the ones that are usually the most important to monarch caterpillars in the late fall. But any milkweed that's still in bloom right now or still has foliage is very important to protect and water it if it's in your yard a little bit to keep it green, because if monarchs come, milkweed plants are the only ones that caterpillars can feed on. Okay, World Peace Wetland Prairie is certified wildlife habitat, and it's certainly that. You know, we have so many pollinators there, so many insects. See, here's a little green halictid bee, and it's one that it's pretty hard to photograph, so I just got lucky on being close enough for that. Till next time, so I'll be sure to ask you to do your part to help keep the water clean, air pure, woods green, and keep recycling. See ya.